here's how to create lasting passion in your marriage. And let me say this is how to get it back. And this is how to make sure you don't lose it again. Number one, focus on your own mistakes and commit to the Lord to make changes necessary to give your best again. Don't focus on your spouse. When people come to our marriage seminars, we say to them, don't listen for your spouse, listen to you. Most people bring their spouses to marriage seminars so I can fix them. They're just there to attend them, so I can fix them. And what I say is, I'm going to fix you. You can't change your spouse, but you can change yourself. And the most important thing you can do with your spouse is to apologize for anything that you've done wrong. Even if you're only 10% of the problem, be humble and take responsibility for yourself. Number two, deal with root issues that caused you to turn your heart away in the first place. Many times there are root issues there. You were giving your best to the relationship. What is the real root issue? Well, sometimes it's taking your spouse for granted. Sometimes your spouse, we take God for granted, I think. And sometimes the reason that I don't love Jesus is because he's just so gracious and good. And it's wrong to take God for granted. Sometimes I'm just taking you for granted because, you allow it or whatever. Sometimes it's because you hurt me. You turned your heart to the kids. So I'm going to put on my green zip-up jumpsuit and go in the garage and build something for 30 years. Because I don't like the way you treat me. Sometimes you hurt me. You hurt me. Now, I've done a lot of funerals. And at funerals, I see a lot of sad, but I also see a lot of mad. Because at a funeral, many times people are thinking, why didn't God stop this? He could have. He's God. And before that, they were very passionate about their faith. And I've seen many people after a funeral never again serve God because they're hurt. It's like, I gave you my heart and you hurt my heart. And in marriage, you have to fight for your marriage. When you're hurt, you have to turn that toward God and turn that toward your spouse in a right way and tell them that they hurt you and go get counseling if you need to, but don't turn your heart away because that can become a root of why your marriage is in the condition that it's in, is because you're protecting your heart, you're bitter or whatever it might be. Number three, communicate to your spouse concerning your own mistakes in the marriage and your commitment to giving your best again to make it work. And that just simply is saying this, and maybe not in these words, you're my thesaurus. I'm not going to use work or friends or something else is the main place where I'm going to invest my life. I commit to you that for the rest of our lives together, I will not give to somebody else what belongs to you. I commit to you to do that, which is very important. It brings healing in a relationship. That's what I told Karen. You're more important to me than golf. You're more important to me than work. You're more important to me than all those things. And that has a very healing effect on a relationship. Number four, build disciplines into your own life and your marriage that keep you investing into it regularly. It doesn't matter what you can make happen. It matters what you can keep happening. In other words, you might be able to, make some romantic, thing happen, but can you keep it happening? Disciplines are what keep a great marriage and a great relationship with God going. Because disciplines mean, remember, disciplined investment is the key of lasting passion. Wherever I'm investing myself on a regular basis, that's where my passion is going to be. So with Jesus, I'm just saying, as a believer and as a pastor for many years, if you pray regularly, if you read the Word regularly, if you worship regularly, like you're doing right now, if you give regularly, you will never, ever have a problem with your passion with Jesus. Because you're investing in Him, you're going to reap the benefit and the harvest of that. He's your thesaurus. You're going to have passion in your relationship. If you're not praying, if you're not reading the Word, if you're not worshiping regularly, in things, serving and giving, you're always going to struggle with your heart to Jesus, and you're going to struggle with sin because the world is a very powerful place that has a very seductive influence, and it takes apathetic believers and eats them for breakfast. Passion is how we fight the temptation of the world. Let me say this. When you're passionately in love with somebody, temptation doesn't really bother you very much. When you're in a dead marriage, it bothers you a lot. Passion is how you fight that temptation. So what am I talking about when I'm talking about disciplines? Date night. Every week, one of the things that we find with marriages all over the world, people have good marriages for a long time. They have a date night every week. And that means there's a special night just for them. They get a babysitter, they go out, They go out to eat, they dress up, and they work at romancing each other. It is a cornerstone of a healthy marriage. Trips together. Trips. And you say, well, Jimmy, we don't have any money. When Karen and I had young children and we were broke, I was the pastor of the church here. We had young kids, didn't have any money, and we would go to the cheapest hotels that you can imagine for 24 hours or 48 hours. I mean, $100, just was like $1 zillion to us. But we would go, and what we found is spending just 24 to 48 hours together alone refueled our tank. But it was something we did regularly. We put it on our calendar, over 5 or 6 or 7 weeks, we're going to take a night away. We're going to take 2 nights away. We saved money for it. We disciplined it. And it was a very important thing in our marriage. Fun times, having fun together, doing fun things, walking together, playing games together, all of those kinds of things, praying and having devotions together, communicating and working out issues, times of sexual intimacy and romance, things like that. When it's regular, it's a discipline in our marriage. We're not going to be old, bored, married people. We are going to work at our relationship. And these things aren't going to be once a year or when we're in trouble or when we're in crisis. Regularly, we're going to do these things. These are disciplines in our lives. And I'm saying, you're just going to have a passionate marriage. If you're out of love and you don't have any passion in your marriage, in several days, you can get it back. In several weeks, you can be at a new place that you've never been in your relationship, but it has to be disciplined. We're able to come to you right now because of a very special group of people called our Rock Solid Partners. They give to this ministry every month, and we have different levels that you can give at in supporting Marriage Today, but literally, we are able to come to you right now and also go across America and around the world because of our monthly partners who believe in what we're doing. And I hope you believe in what we're doing, and I hope that it's touched your life. And if it has, I want you to become a Rock Solid Partner, and I want you to listen to me. Our Rock Solid Partners get a resource every month called our Dream Marriage Library, and they're the only people who get it. We design and we produce every month this special resource for this special group of people who stand with us financially through their monthly giving. And this Dream Marriage Library is the best of all of our marriage information, of my teachings and sermons and things like that, along with study notes. These are specially designed now to come to you to help you in your marriage so you can have a date night every month and study these materials. Become a Rock Solid Partner. Here's how you can do it.
Take a stand for your marriage and become a Rock Solid Partner today. Join at the $14 level and you'll receive online access to the Dream Marriage Library with a new message each month. At the $28 level, you'll also receive each month's lesson on CD and DVD. And join at the $56 per month level and we'll add exclusive partner perks, including invitation-only access to live phone seminars and exclusive Marriage Today events. Become a Rock Solid Partner today. Thank you for joining us. Partner with Marriage Today and receive the series, Our Secret Paradise. Marriage Today's latest book, Happy, Happy Love, will supercharge your marriage with practical tips, wisdom, and inspiration for every stage of marriage. Visit happylovebook.com. Follow your interests and get social by connecting with Jimmy and Karen and the Ministry of Marriage Today on Twitter. And don't forget, become a Rock Solid Partner and receive the Dream Marriage Library. There's a Rock Solid Partner level to fit every need.